This the War Report, coming live every Tuesday at 7 with Steve, Cat, Ryan, Amanda, and Eric. And the voice of NEW, Vince Berry. Hitting all the topics like a clothesline flurry. Turn up your speakers and hear them out. You can listen from your car, even on your couch. They too raw, who NXT? Handing out SmackDowns, follow on IG. Plus, it's sponsored by Tag Me a Date. Go to YouTube and sub now for every update. It's all wrestling here. No safe space. Now listen in. Time to hear from some of the greats.
What's that metronome I hear? Perhaps the end is drawing near. You never hear the shot that takes you down. Out of time, so say goodbye. What is yours now is mine. And I dream broken dreams. I make them come true. I make them for you.
Welcome everybody to another edition of the War Report After Dark. Little old school Drew McIntyre. This is when wrestling theme songs were great, by the way. In case you haven't heard, the people that currently do the music have not had their contracts renewed. And rumor on the street is that Triple H has made the decision to go more mainstream and use mainstream artists going forward when it comes to theme music. So it's going to be interesting to see how that shifts. But nevertheless, great promotion. But nevertheless, welcome to another edition. There is a lot to uncover, Al, between SmackDown and the season premiere to what took place on 3 hours of Raw. The fact that sooner than later we will no longer have 3 hours of Raw. We have a lot of things to uncover. We weren't on last week. We took a week off. So there's a lot of catching up to do.
Just to give you just a little, take this into consideration. It is 2 hours of free, no commercials. Therefore, if you take the commercials out of the equation for 3 hours, you're truly getting 2 live hours of Raw, which for me is awesome.
That's true. Although, you know, I also heard that when they go to Netflix, there's going to be commercials.
Well, I heard that it was commercial free.
See, I don't know. I heard the opposite. So it's going to be interesting to see. Or
All right,
maybe
we'll see.
maybe they're going to have it where you got to pay extra to not have commercials.
I'm paying extra.
Well, yeah, fucking A.
You know, because then you get more backstory. Hey.
So, oh shit. It's going to go
There
again.
he is.
It's on loop. So, before we went live, good friend David Roscoe over at YouTube, I watched Trish Stratus documentary twice on Daily Motion. Not sure what Daily Motion is. I guess it's their streaming service. But yeah, I did watch the documentary. I mean, as usual, it was a home run. WWE, the documentaries are always great. A&E does a great job. They all do. They're great. The one that I'm looking forward to now more than anything, which is dropping, I think, any time now, is the Vince McMahon one, which from what I hear is going to be like the final nail in his coffin. And that's going to be on Netflix.
One, right?
Yeah, it's going to be on Netflix. I actually got some alert on my phone that it's coming. So, because I guess a long time ago, I guess I checked it off to like let me know when it's coming on. So, yeah, so I'm excited for that. David Roscoe also, on this day, Trish Stratus became the second perfect 10 next to the living legend Nadia Comaneci, winning her 7th women's champion by making Lita tapping out with a sharpshooter. And Trish Stratus became the modern-day Nadia Comaneci as a second perfect 10 on September 17, 2006. 18 years today, she became a second perfect 10. That is your trivia and knowledge for the day from our good friend David Roscoe. I don't know where he gets all this shit. But God bless him, because I don't pay attention to it. So, Al, let me ask you, do we start with SmackDown or do we talk Raw first? Because there's so much great stuff to dissect on both. So, what do you think?
I mean, I, I'd rather go in order. So I'd rather go Raw. Let's go Raw because usually you go like SmackDown's fresh in our head. So let's switch it up this week. Let's go Raw first.
Well, no, technically, order from when we're on is SmackDown and then Raw. That's usually why I do it that way. But I don't give a shit.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Raw is
That's your
pretty
technical
fresh.
order. That's your technical order. So let's go the opposite today.
All right, bet. I'm down with that. So, we just came off a pretty damn entertaining Raw start to finish.
Absolutely.
Right off the bat, I don't give a shit, but we're not going in order on the show because I have to talk to you about Braun Strowman and Brunson Reed.
Yeah.
What they accomplished in a matter of, what, 60 seconds?
Yes.
Maybe a minute and a half? Was some of the most entertaining shit I've seen in a long time.
And to take that botch, bro.
Well, I mean, he threw a fan at Braun. Now, obviously, it was somebody planted and not a fan. But he threw a fan.
Right.
They went through a wall. Like, so many fucking things. The ring fell apart, like, in the first 2 seconds. Everything about it was fantastic. And it's going to lead to a big something.
My favorite thing about it was that, I mean, I don't think it was a fix. I don't think they did that on purpose.
What, the ring?
Yeah.
Oh, I do.
You think it was on purpose?
I do.
All right. So if it was on purpose, it was great. If it wasn't on purpose, it was great improvisation by both men. But
either way, it was great.
All right. So let's go your route. And if it is, I'm just going to say that is some of the best small, like, let's take a break writing to make something great in 60 seconds, like you say. It was awesome. I couldn't believe these guys did pretty much what people do in a matter of a full match in those 30 seconds, 60 seconds of action that we got from them, which was great.
And
So,
I mean, they
yeah.
were doing some shit that, guys that size shouldn't be doing.
No, absolutely. Like they're as agile as it gets for, behemoths of guys in the business. So
Now, what do you do next? I say you throw them in a cage.
you have to do something different, right? You don't expect this to be just a regular match because it's
It
like, oh
can't
my
be.
God,
Nothing
a
can
ring
contain
can't
them.
hold these two,
Right.
right? A ring can't hold these two. So what can we do?
Well, now
Hell
they're
in
going
a
to...
Cell. Who knows?
Now
You got a
they're...
Hell in a Cell match already. Why not have two?
Yeah. We're used to two, right? Because Bad Blood really was Hell in the Cell, and we were used to having two, but
Right.
I don't know, man.
I
I
wouldn't
feel
be
like
mad if
it takes
sorry.
away... It takes away from, like... There's only so much you can do to make it different than the other one. You know what I mean? Like, one always seems to fall short to the other one, and a lot of it, too, is because you can't, like... You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
So you
there's...
just give them a traditional street fight and let them just beat the shit out of each other around the whole arena?
Well, I mean, you could do that, too. False count anywhere.
Yeah.
Or do last man standing.
Yeah, some last monster standing or whatever.
Last
they wanna
monster
call it.
standing. Right. I
Right,
mean,
so-
I'm okay if you throw them in Hell in the Cell. I mean, it'll be entertaining, but how much
mean-
are they going to be able to do in there?
As long as they beat the bricks out of each other, that's all that
Extreme
really
rules?
matters.
Extreme
Yeah,
rules I'd be good
extreme
with.
rules. Extreme rule, man. It's yeah, I mean, look, it's interesting. The good thing is it seems like they're making a rivalry out of them, and it's good to give these guys something to do. You know what I'm saying? Because they're obviously not in the title picture, and neither one at as the moment speaks. And we were big advocates. Was it you and me or me and Vince? I think it was you and me.
It was you
We're
and
big
me.
advocates of Bronson Breed. We believe that he should have gotten a title shot for the Intercontinental title, but it never happened.
And what's
So-
been great about what's going on with the two of them right now is they both look great.
Yeah.
Like, one is not outshining the other.
No, because they're the greatest thing about it is they're keeping them pretty equal because there's Tisanas for the big one. And I wouldn't be surprised their first match falls in a draw, whichever way it is, a fall counts anywhere or a street fight that they both can't get up, like something to keep it going. I wouldn't be mad at that. I think that would be a great idea.
I wouldn't be mad at that either. I don't know. We'll have to see where it goes, but I am enjoying it, and that was definitely one of the highlights of Raw.
You
Um,
you know what actually before we move on that just came to mind. I forgot who it was that they did it with, and you could refresh my memory. That they were beefing and beating each other, beating each other, and just became a tag team and just became tag team champs. Was it Sammy and Kevin? No, they were friends for a while at that point, right? But there was somebody that they did that with. Um,
I mean, they did it with Kane and Daniel Bryan a long time ago.
exactly, that was one. But I think there was one more recent that they did. But
Kane and
either
Undertaker,
way,
technically. I mean, if you want to go there. I
right?
mean,
I mean,
you know,
I guess the story's been repeated
The Rock
before.
and Mankind,
Rock and Mankind,
Rock and
Stone
Sock,
Cold, and Shawn Michaels,
rated RKO. Edge
rated
and
RKO.
Randy hated each other before
Right.
they became a team.
So this could be kind of like what was their name? Natural disaster, kind of like the
Oh yeah,
monsters of the Midway or some shit
Earthquake
like
and
that.
Typhoon.
Yeah, like the monster of the Midway. Like these guys could start literally beating the hell out of each other and
The
not
problem,
find.
the problem I see making them a team is that it's not believable that they'd ever lose, ever.
Well, they could lose to a team that has three, four people in it. They could lose to a stable.
That's
You
true.
know, that's a way they could take the titles off of them without hurting them. Or one of
That,
them could turn on one another and then they become heels.
that's
You
true.
know, because I'm
That's
sure
true.
there'll be faces if they, if you put the titles on them. Oh my God, like that shit will make waves because they're so agile, and that's the thing. And usually, um, tag teams for the most part are agile guys. So matches with them would just make them look so unbeatable, like you say that like everything they'll do will just the crowd will pop.
Well, it's funny that we're sitting here talking about the potential of a new tag team because it looks like we're going to be in need of a new tag team because it looks like we're losing quite possibly one of the greatest tag teams to ever do it. But it looks like that tease is coming to fruition with the New Day.
Absolutely.
I honestly thought they were going to scrap it once that whole thing with Odyssey Jones went down, but apparently they're going through with it. It looks like they're splitting the New Day. I don't know how to feel about it.
I mean, look, the greatest thing about novelty is that you could always come back home, and there's no place like home, right? And who knows? Like, what are you doing with New Day right now?
You know what? Here's if they if if Xavier doesn't turn on Kofi and he's just like, you know what, Kofi, we've been doing this a long time. I need time to be on my own, and they split.
They will both suck, and you will lose them to the back of the line.
I get it, but I'd rather that than one turn on the other. You know what I
No,
mean?
because then that helps one career or both career for a little bit. But then the guy that turns heel has a chance to give us something we've never seen, and who knows if we like it. And if we like it, his career just might as well stick that rocket up his ass and shoot him to the stars. Because that's what happens in wrestling. Like, we don't know what we like until we see it. And then something sparks. And the irony of it is, for the most part, it sparks most of us at the same time. And that's when we know it clicks. And who knows? I might be reaching. Xavier might not be the guy. And who knows? They're doing this to us, and the guy that might turn might be Kofi. Who knows? But something's gonna happen, and the way they've been writing lately, I'm gonna let them be, and I'm gonna just enjoy the ride.
It's gonna be Xavier.
They're
Xavier's gonna
definitely
be the one
teasing
that
it.
turns.
They're
I
definitely
mean,
teasing it for sure. He looks like the heel in this the whole time. He had the problem with the big guy. Now he's blaming him that he's not communicating with him, and then he finally says that, oh well, you don't think I'm good enough because Big E's not here. So he's the one definitely setting the seed to turn the traditional heel turn that we've seen. But I'm just saying, it'll be crazy if it turns the other way around too.
It will be crazy.
Yeah, because we wouldn't expect it. We'll be like, holy shit.
That's true. That is true. I want to talk about something else. This new guy, I think Testatori, I think is his last name, who I think is doing a great job, by the way, the new play-by-play guy. I like him. But
I'm
he
not a
said
fan.
something. You're not a fan.
Nah,
Why
not a
not?
fan. I don't know. He's too blue collar for me.
Really?
Yeah, and he's not. What's his? And when he, I don't know. Something about him rubs me.
Maybe he
I don't
has
know what it
to.
is.
Maybe he has to give you a little more time. By the
Maybe.
way, Dave Abbey over at YouTube, Ciampa and Gargano. That was another team that hated each other for a while. I just hope they don't throw Xavier in the Final Testament. That faction is dead on arrival. That, unfortunately, I happen to agree.
He
And
might
then,
give him life though. He might give him life because he could become the Dominic Mysterio of him, and people start booing the shit out of him. Who knows?
I mean,
I'm just saying.
that's
And
true.
keep in mind one thing. Xavier's small, right? He's a
Well,
small
yeah. I
guy.
mean, he's not the biggest guy. Yeah.
He's not going to be able to win every match without help. So him as a heel, for him to be able to move up, get a title, talk shit, will need someone to back him up.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see. Tara just checking in. How are you, Tara? We're good. So Judgment Day. I want to talk about something. So this guy Testatori, whatever the fuck he said. I think he said something like Baylor and McDonough haven't defended the tag titles in like 73 days. I guess what he meant to say was on TV, because I know that they've defended it at house shows and stuff. But the reality is, if you're not, like, whatever happened to the days of the 30-day rule? Or, like, if somebody gets hurt and they can't defend for 30 days, they got to drop the title. But you guys that are there week after week, nobody's on the shelf. Why are we allowing more than 30 days to go before you're defending the titles live on television?
I believe that that's something of the past. It's like one of those rules that fades away and we never asked it until now. So I really think that's the reason, because if you think about it, it's been multiple occasions, because we had this conversation about Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns one time that he didn't defend the belt. He wrestled 11 times in one goddamn year. I remember saying that so many times.
Yeah, but and I guess you're right, and it's one of those things, because then you can make the call. Well, they're making him a special attraction, but
Yeah, but then
you
same thing
can't
with
have it
Logan
both ways.
Paul.
But then I also don't think that you should necessarily be forced to drop a title then if there's an injury that's going to keep you out for 40, 50 days. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's a little excessive.
Dave
Because
Abbey
you're
went away with the automatic rematch, which
another one. Very good point.
yeah, it is a good
What's
point.
up, Dave?
Tara, she wants to thank everyone for the birthday wishes last week. You're very welcome. Hope you had a great birthday.
Happy birthday, Tara. Belated, Tara. Well, I was on last week. We just say happy birthday.
So here's the other thing with Raw. I love the shots. The continuous shot when they have somebody either in the parking lot or gorilla, and it's the continuous shot all the way out and then all the way down to the ring. And they did that last night with CM Punk. Very serious CM Punk. And what a great promo. Dave says hello. Didn't Seth hold a title injured recently? Yes, but I do think he did defend it within 30 days. I think, but I could be totally wrong. So, what a great promo by Punk. Got me really, really excited for this Hell in the Cell match. I don't see any way possible that Punk loses, but I think what I liked the most about this promo with Punk, it was very Jake Roberts-esque. You know what I mean? Like, Jake Roberts, what I always liked about his promos was that he was very soft-spoken, very, just stared right into the camera because he was speaking to everybody at home. and it was just one, like his tone just never changed, and you just saw everything in his eyes, and that was CM Punk last night. Great promo, got me excited. I think they're gonna beat the fucking shit out of each other in this cell. I think it's gonna be great.
Absolutely.
But that was just a great typical CM Punk promo, but a serious one.
So I absolutely agree with you. I'll go back a little bit further before you started saying about CM Punk that the new camera thing that they are videoing you beforehand, awesome.
Awesome.
It's really 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 awesome. It really does. Um, and just in regards to CM Punk, his promo was awesome. But my biggest thing with that is that I can see this going two ways. I can see CM Punk winning the way we see it going. Like you say, there's no way he loses. He has to win. But I could also see it being that Drew McIntyre, being the bigger man, beats him, but only so to set up the fact that Drew McIntyre now goes straight to the top and is going after the championship that he hasn't been able to get, and that he finally gets it. And
There
he
is
gets
no
it.
way CM Punk loses this match.
I'm just saying, hear me out. You're right. But you know me, I like looking at both sides of the coin because they
I know
always
you
give
do.
it to us. But for some reason, I do like the story of him losing and McIntyre finally getting that belt. Why? Because McIntyre could take that belt. CM Punk acknowledges that McIntyre was the better man that day, but he will get his revenge. And that revenge comes
But
at
wait a minute.
WrestleMania.
So, but then you're predicting Gunther having a very short world title reign.
I mean, not short, but again, does everybody need to have a fucking 200 plus day reign? At the end of the day, he just had the Intercontinental title for 500 something days. So
I
him
feel like
losing the,
Gunther has to hold it for at least a year.
you think so?
I do.
I
I
mean,
do.
look, I was one of those people that thought that. But again, if it goes the traditional way, CM Punk wins, you're right. He might be able to still hold on to it.
Like, I could see Punk beating Drew, setting up Punk Gunther, but Gunther going over Punk.
Okay.
Like, I don't see Punk winning the world title anytime soon. I don't.
Like how soon?
Not anytime soon.
You don't think by next WrestleMania he's a champ?
Possibly.
Well, no, that's Seth Rollins, right? That might be the Rollins match, though, when Rollins is back.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's in his contract that he's going to have a run at some point.
I heard, by the way, Rollins is doing. He appeared at a house show not too long ago.
Oh, good. All right. I guess he's
Should be
making his
back
way back
soon.
soon. We did have a banger with Sheamus and Pete Dunne. Again, another great promo by Sheamus backstage and then going right out. It was a good match. Then there was a match that proudly I sit before you and say that I had room on my DVR because I paused. And it was a perfect time to catch up and not watch Natalya versus Zoe Stark.
Yeah.
So I did not watch, but I do know that Natalya won with a roll-up, which makes me very happy. Because then to beat her with a roll-up is just glorious.
Yeah, and your girl seems highly upset when she lost.
Yeah, it works for me.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I hate her. I hate her. I hate her. Nothing I really like about her. Jey Uso Braun Breaker promo. Another great promo by Jey Uso. Well, let's rewind. Nice little segment with her and Rhea Ripley backstage.
Yep.
Before he came out and did his thing. God, is he over. It just amazes me every single week when he comes out and you watch that crowd. I mean, it's just amazing. But I don't see him beating Braun Breaker. That's another one that I don't see losing that IC title anytime soon. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to have a year-long run, but I don't see him dropping it yet. I do think it's going to be a great match. But Jey Uso, I don't see going over.
Man, as much as I agree with you, I need him to go over though.
I know.
It's like, it's like one of those. Like, yes, storyline wise, yes. This guy's so over. Every time he asks where my dogs are at, people are barking out of their seats.
Yeah.
It's like he's it. Like he's the prototypical. He's an athlete. He's great on the mic. He looks great. He wrestles safe. Like he does all the right things for you to want him to keep a run.
Yeah.
But man, 14 years.
Tara's with you. She wants it also. I
14 years, Tara. 14 years,
I know.
not one.
I know.
And I
But
don't think it hurts him if he doesn't, if
it's not going to hurt him to lose. But,
no.
and listen, if it goes the way we're hoping, they're going to have something for him to do very soon.
Look, this is the only way I want him to lose.
Go to SmackDown.
Interference by the bloodline. The only way I want this to go down. If he loses, I want interference by the bloodline and they declare civil war. They're going to force Roman and Jay to come together to beat the odds. And his brother's going to come to defend them. And then Sammy, one way or another, ain't going to let his brother Jay by himself when the Roman Reign chief kind of apologizes to him. Although he said, some things change, but I don't.
That's true. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where this goes now. Sami Zayn had a great promo. Ludwig Kaiser came out, did a great job. Gunther came out. It was a great segment. And it was also done in a way that nobody looked weak. You know what I mean? Like Ludwig got his chops in. Gunther got some licks in. Sammy got some licks back in at the end. So it kind of played out real good. I enjoyed that segment. It's getting me excited, but that's another match. I just don't see in a million years Sami Zayn is going over.
I mean, look, we just had a conversation that CM Punk is not going to go over him. Or McIntyre's not going to go over
It sure
him.
as fuck ain't going to be Sami Zayn.
With all due respect to my Canadian brother,
Yeah.
it ain't going to be him. Especially not twice in a row.
Yeah, it's true.
He's going to beat the living crap out of him.
It's going to be a great match, though. They had a great match for the IC title.
I mean, look, again, like, you got two great wrestlers, right? Like, I feel like either one of them can make a decent match with a pillow.
And listen, it is believable that Sammy can win because he has beaten him before.
He did.
So it is believable. So it'll be cool. It will be a good match. Bianca Belair versus Io Sky. Great match. Bianca loses. So obviously I was shocked. But then I said, well, I guess that's how you set up a shot for the tag team titles.
Yeah, I guess so. And also, you know what? I didn't mind it. I was shocked, but then I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? I don't mind it, because Io's a force to be reckoned with, and I think people need to remember that.
And it was a good match.
It was a very good match. They went at each other very well, very competitive, very agile.
And it's shocking because Bianca just doesn't lose a lot on TV.
At all.
Right. So that's why you're like, holy shit. So I like what they're doing. I like the writing.
Let alone clean.
Yeah.
Which is the weird part, like clean.
And then that brought us to Damian Priest and Dirty Dom. Damian Priest must have loved every minute of that first 3-4 minutes of that match. Because he just got to completely destroy Dominic.
As he should.
Until the inevitable.
Right.
But that was something else that also had to happen. Because Damian's going to win the big match at the pay-per-view.
Of course.
So, But again, I love everything they're doing with Judgment Day. Raw all around, start to finish, was great. It was very entertaining. But I am excited for Netflix because I'm tired of all the networks bleeping shit
Bleeping
out, and oh my god, dude, it's
is
so
annoying, bro.
yeah. Oh, and before we jump to SmackDown, also great promo video package with Bo Dallas. Again, I like those a lot more than I do when he's out there cutting a promo live. Those are just so much better.
Well, remember, he's not a movie star. He is a wrestler, and he's gonna have to cut promos, my man,
I know.
on live shows. So,
I know.
like, he has.
And I'm not saying he's bad, but those ones that they do back there are just awesome.
They are good.
All right. I want to move to SmackDown. Season
Perfect
premiere.
timing. 30
Yes.
minutes.
There, right?
Right in the middle. Good job.
Season premiere. Thank you. Season premiere. And boy, was I fucking pissed. Because I'm that asshole that forgot to change networks. And I didn't fucking set my thing and I missed the first hour. I eventually saw it on YouTube. But I was pissed because you texted me. And that got me even more pissed because I knew I missed something big. So pissed.
Yeah, man, it was a great show. I mean, for me, it was like from the beginning, right? It really made me. I haven't been excited like that for like for a SmackDown or a Raw in a very long time, and the fact that Triple H came out and gave that real good speech, it was like exhilarating for me. That's
You
when I
always get
text you.
excited when Triple
It,
H comes out and
it's
starts. You know
when
what I mean?
yeah, when I text you, it was that I wasn't anything. I think I text you like, yo, the show hasn't even nobody wrestled yet, and like I'm pumped for the show already. I feel like it's gonna
Yeah.
be a good show.
Yeah, no, boy, did they do a great job. They open with the undisputed title match in the cage with Cody Rhodes and Solo. And of course, Bloodline gets involved. And just as Jacob Fatu climbs to the very top of the cell, or the cage, he throws up the one, and Roman's music hits.
Hmm.
And the roof flew off the place. He did his slow, methodical walk into the ring, slammed the cage door closed, beat the shit out of everybody. And then the last two standing were him and Cody. Interesting. And then that sets up the whole night was geared to Solo and Jacob have signed to face Roman and Cody at Bad Blood, and Cody doesn't want any part of it. But in the end, we are now getting that tag match, and I gotta tell you, I'm excited. That was so well done, that entire thing. What are your thoughts?
Again, man, we finally got to hear the tribal chief, right? Haven't really gotten
We
able to.
did.
We
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 did.
weren't. We never had. What has been a month, right? He's been back like a month, let's say. And we haven't heard
Yep.
him. And finally, we heard our antagonizing anti-hero speak, telling us he has not changed and nothing has changed, and he is the only tribal chief. He's not the original tribal chief, the
That's right.
only tribal chief. So let's get it right. So he acknowledged that for us, and he came in, kicked ass, and chewed bubblegum and ran out of fucking bubblegum.
Yeah, he did.
And yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
And that was awesome, man. And the whole thing with you're not my friend, but the enemy of my enemy is my friend, kind of,
Yep.
little bravado in regards to the whole 2-on-2.
Because listen, at
Uh,
the end of the day, there's still respect.
no, absolutely.
So
It's
it's gonna
it's a
be great.
matter of, it's the matter of, I don't have beef with you no more, and we are gonna go whoop their ass. But boy, when we're done, I want my title back
But you know
because you
what
saw that look.
you know what I'm excited for more than anything though is seeing Roman and Jacob in the ring together. It's gonna be awesome. Dave Abbey over at YouTube, Cody's title run is now a joke. Roman is such a commanding presence. I mean, that's been said a lot on this show. I mean, yeah. I mean, listen, Cody does everything right that a WWE champion is supposed to. He stays after, signs all the pictures, takes all the photos, does all the charity work, does, you know, everything you're supposed to. But Roman has that presence.
Well, Roman just does it better.
Yeah, he's our tribal chief.
He's our tribal chief.
He's the one.
Because look, nothing against Cody Rhodes, nothing against him.
No.
But for me, he is. I don't know. He kind of reminds me of the '90s babyface, and maybe that's the reason I don't click with him as much. Because I wasn't a big fan of like your early '90s, like happy, cheer, go lucky guy, and like he's never mad per se. You know, like he's always a happy go lucky guy, and I don't know, like something about him. But he's a great worker, and that's the reason I don't click with him. But he does sell a lot of merchandise,
He does. And the kids fucking love him.
and the kids love him because like think about him. He's bright. He's a bright blonde American flag. That's what I
Yeah.
think about when I see Cody Rhodes. You know what I'm saying? He's the all American guy right now. You know,
Yeah.
he's the white guy with the blonde hair that has the black wife with the beautiful mixed kid and represents his country and shows up with a suit to work and always kisses the kid and signs the autograph like you said before. So, you know, he is that prototypical merchandise that you want up there.
Yeah.
But the masses of us 30 something to 40 something year old dweebs that love this wrestling thing demand something that represents more of us. And we are no longer those kids that we're no longer these kids per se. You know what I mean? We want that ruggedness, and Roman Reigns represents that ruggedness.
Yeah.
And that's who
No.
we are.
It's very true. Nia Jax had a good in-ring segment. She cut a great promo, and then Tiffy Time and Bailey came out because she wants her rematch, and Tiffy ran her mouth, and so that was a good segment. I like what they're doing with that, and they're constantly teasing Tiffy turning and cashing in on Nia, so that's great.
But
Carmelo
how does she
Hayes.
do it? How does she do it?
What do you mean?
How did she turn on Nia? Like,
She hasn't turned yet, but she's kind of teased it a couple times.
I feel like she would Nia would need to be knocked out in the ring for her to be able to like just be 1, 2, 3. Because outside of that,
Nia had a match with Michin, and it was a hardcore match. And after the match, Nia was like knocked out, and Tiffy came running out, and it looked like she was gonna cash in, but Nia opened her eyes, so then she quickly went after Michin to make it look like she wasn't about to cash in. So she's been teasing it for a while. Nia has to turn on her first. Yeah, I guess that's true too. But they've kind of been teasing that too. Like Nia's been questioning her a lot and like her loyalty, and I don't know. We'll see. I think that's coming sooner than later. Carmelo Hayes Andrade, and this was the rubber match. They've put on a series of outstanding matches. These two. And that was a great finish. I was glad to see Andrade take the series.
um, you know what? I was surprised Andrade took the series because I felt like since this gets the young kid, they were gonna give it to him. But yes, I am glad that he won, and
And
hopefully they do
now,
something with this.
well, now we have Andrade versus LA Knight for the U.S. title.
Well, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he's definitely not winning that one.
He's definitely not winning.
He's
He's
definitely
not
not
winning
winning
that
that
one.
one.
No way.
And yeah, and then that was it because the show pretty much ended with Cody and Roman officially agreeing to do this match together against Jacob and Solo. Also, some big news for those of you who may not be aware, but if you guys are familiar with the Dynasty and the Bloodline and Umaga, then you would know about his manager. And Umaga's manager Um, I actually loved. He was this Cuban guy, always had cigars. Um, he had a great accent, great heel, and he has now signed a Legends contract. And I now have a feeling they've done that because he is now going to be the new wise man to Bloodline 2.0. Estrada. Estrada, that's his name.
Now I'm gonna tell you what that I never thought about that, but them having a Wiseman also and replicating pretty much every position that Roman had,
Yep,
it's pretty awesome.
I love it.
I would love that too, and that's legit. Like he already signed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Do you remember him?
I remember when you sent me the picture. Yes, I do remember him.
He always had a great introduction and everything. He was great.
Oh my God, can you imagine the heat that guy's gonna get? Because everybody's gonna think he's a cheap Paul Heyman.
Well, and especially the old school fans are going to remember him and hate him even more.
Now I got a question. Do you think that's the reason they're holding Paul Heyman back because they're waiting for him to come out first, mimic him, and then Paul Heyman comes out like, does his thing, and people just go.
There's
ape
only
shit?
one wise man, bitch.
Yeah, right,
Something like that.
right. One of
Yeah,
those.
it's very possible. I just also think the poor guy needed some time off.
Oh yeah, I mean, amongst that, it would be cool if it inclined with him coming back after this guy. Hopefully, he comes in soon. Do you know when he's coming in around? Like when he might make his appearance? The Estrada?
To be honest, I thought we would have seen more additions and surprises already. So,
Very true.
but that's not to say that I'm upset with the way it's playing out. I like the slow build, so I'm good with it. But it makes it very difficult to answer that question. Because I honestly thought we would have seen some movement on Roman's side already. Like we would have already started to see some backup.
Yeah, for sure.
Imagine Dave Abbey. Imagine the OWM T-shirts. Original Wise Man. That's great. They're totally going to do that too.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
You imagine if Heyman returns and he's not wearing a suit and tie and he's wearing that shirt.
He would. I think he would never.
That would be amazing.
That would be great though, but he would never.
Original Wise Man.
Or he could wear the a suit with the shirt under it.
What, and just rip the shirt off? Like his tie and...
No tie. Just like a t-shirt and puts a suit on, no shirt.
Oh, yeah.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
that's true.
Like that.
That's
He
true.
could do that. That's not that bad. He could do that.
He could do that.
Go back to his badass time, wear a hat again.
I mean, just think about how loud the place is going to be when Paul Heyman returns.
Absolutely.
It's going to be it's going to be like if The Rock came back. That's the kind of reaction you're going to get. It's going to be...
Especially if you get this dweeb to do that. If Estrada does that, oh my God.
Armando Alejandro Estrada. I think that was his full name. Oh, he was so good.
He was TNA, right? Or was he WWE?
No, he was Umaga's. Manager.
Oh my God. I forgot. That was Maga's guy. I do recall the picture. I didn't know that. Okay, now I correlate. Oh, yeah, he was good.
Escúchenme. Everybody listen. To me. ¿Qué pasa, los lubacos? My name is Armando Alejandro Estrada. And tonight, I got something special for Estrada. Ah, me gusta. What's your name again? My name is Armando Alejandro Estrada. Gracias, señor. Hey, where's McMahon? Yeah, you bet. Okay. Have you seen Triple H? Miss McMahon needs him in his office pronto. Actually, amigo, I haven't seen Triple H. Pero there's something you should know about your new position in the company. And what's that? That my name is Armando Alejandro Estrada. Mr. McMahon needs anything. And I
He
need
was great.
Yo,
So,
he loves to say his name.
yeah, I think he'll be perfect. Dave Abbey sounds like a broken down Razor Ramon. Yeah, a razor that you ordered on wish list. But he was so good, and he was so good at being annoying.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I'm excited, and it would be a perfect fit, I think, with Solo and all them. So we'll see. I hope it happens. I mean, why else would you have him sign a Legends deal?
Very true.
Right? I mean, you haven't done it until now. There's got to be a reason. So, we'll see. Oh, and one other thing, too, I want to mention. Heels. For those of you that were a fan of the show, it was one of the greatest wrestling series ever made. It was cut short on Stars. It wasn't given a fair shake. It is now hit Netflix. If you have not seen it, go to Netflix and watch it. We need everybody to watch this show because if it gets a great review, Netflix will pick it up for another season. So we need everybody to tune in and give the ratings to the show because it's really good. It gives you an insight of what happens behind the scenes, and you can ask real pro wrestlers. They'll tell you this show hit it on the head. And it's really great. So people need to go check it out and show Netflix that we want another season.
Did you finish season 2?
Of course.
It was good?
It was great.
Nice.
And it left it wide open for more. And I really hope it takes off on Netflix. Because, it was bad timing. The writer's strike and COVID and everything else. And Stars, I don't know that Stars did enough to promote the show. But it was really good. So I hope people go check it out. Anything else you wanted to cover that we haven't covered yet? We're getting close to the top here already.
Nah, man, I think we covered everything. It's just more of I'm intrigued because they're already promoting what you call it, war games.
They are.
So my mind is starting to wander on what's gonna happen because whatever's gonna happen, like Roman Reigns is building this team quick. He's gonna build this team quick because like we don't have a singular member in his side.
Well, that doesn't mean that behind the scenes, Paul Heyman hasn't been working on that.
Yeah, very true. But
that's why you have your wise man.
Yeah, but I want something developing. I want to see the story. I want something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I hear
unless
you.
He just shows up there like, hey, we're here.
I think leading up to War Games, I think right after Bad Blood, the build to War Games is going to be who is going to be on Roman's team. And we're going to see that come to fruition over that time.
Okay.
That's what I think. Because you don't want anything to take away from Bad Blood. So you got to get through Bad Blood. And then everything is just going to be the build for War Games. But Roman's going to have to show that he has a team. So I think that'll be heavily Roman-based. Which is good, because that means we'll get more Roman. Hopefully he won't take too much time off, and he'll just keep coming week after week.
And, well, at Bad Blood, he has the tag team match, right? Because I'm assuming that's where it's going to be?
Yeah, Cody and Roman versus Jacob and that's true too. Like, listen, Cody and Roman win. The Bloodline attacks the two of them afterwards. Maybe somebody shows up to help Roman and Cody.
Right.
You know, that's possible. Could Cody actually be on Team Roman? You know,
No.
there's been talks of that. I hope not.
No.
I really hope not, because number one, Cody should be defending the title. And two, I feel like that'll take Sami Zayn's spot, and I want Sami Zayn to be in there.
Correct.
But
There's
it's
no
also
way.
a way to not have Cody defend the title, but I think that's just ridiculous.
But he has enough challengers. There's enough people that he could fight for the title.
Right.
He could beat up a whole roster for all I care, but keep him away from my bloodline.
I know. As far away as possible.
This is as close as I want him. A tag team match because we cross paths. But after that, like he said, I'm done with your fucking bloodline. You take over your bloodline. I'm moving on. And then he moves. Cause, come on. How long has it been on this bloodline thing? It's been a
I
while.
know. It has been a while. But I love everything Bloodline. I'm just so...
No.
What?
No, I love my bloodline. I just don't want Cody involved with him. Because, you know, like, it's good enough. Like, let him do something else.
Title match would be so secondary to that match. I mean, that you're not wrong, but it's like, how does Cody not defend the title? But you're not wrong. It's, you know, and then who do you throw in there? I know, give Ricky a shot. You know who Ricky is?
No.
Ricky was the guy that came out to be Kevin Owens' partner before Randy Orton showed up.
Yeah, that guy? No. I mean, look, you could start a feud with him with Randy Orton. You could give Randy Orton's Raw. Who do we have on?
I don't want Randy Orton to turn and feud with Cody until they're ready to give Randy the title. I don't want to see Randy keep losing, especially title matches.
Right.
Not that the WWE gives a shit what I want, but I'm just saying, like,
I mean, there has to be guys on the rosters that could be elevated to, you know, I don't care. Give us a 20-man over-the-road elimination match. The winner gets a WWE title shot. If he doesn't have a feud with anybody else, I'll take that.
They haven't
Something
done one of
different.
those in a while.
Exactly. Something different. Let's get
That's
one of
true.
those. Hopefully, you know, we get a contender out of there. And we showcase a few strong guys in the roster.
That's not a terrible idea.
Yeah, I've had worse.
All right. Well, other than that, I think we're pretty much close to the top of the hour. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We will be back next Tuesday and every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Every now and then we'll take a week off. Real life shit gets in the way, but we do the best we can to be here, even if it's just the two of us. But everyone else had some things going on, so hopefully we'll have more of a panel next week. But you can check us out on all social media and anywhere that you can stream a podcast, it's there. If you want to watch video, you can go to YouTube. You can go to my LinkedIn page. There's Facebook, somewhere on Facebook. We've been having issues with Facebook, but it is on there somewhere. But check us out. Tell your friends. Anything we can do to get more listeners. Also want to thank everyone for chiming in. Dave Abbey, Dave Rosca. Hope you enjoyed Bible study, and Tara as always. Thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you again next week.